Hi, my name's Joselyne, and this is Ian, and he's going to be critiquing my design. Just to show you, here's a little bit of the design. And we're going to go ahead and start. Okay. So, if you could spend 30 seconds just observing my design.
Sure.
And can I have you share your reactions towards my
Sure. I really like it. I especially like your title. I don't know if you can see that on the front. You did a really good job of making it really stand out. I really like the graduate. Kind of looks like it has a gradient in it, so you must have done some sort of like a bevel effect. I really like that. I think it makes it really stand out. My eye goes straight to the title, and I think that, for a design it should. I really like the image that you used. I like the kind of the alignment with the three people, and then I just kind of like just the text and the flow. I think it's just really well. It's designed very well. I like your repeating elements with the squares. I did notice that there's just maybe a little bit of an alignment issue on the sides and whatnot, but other than that, overall, I think you did a really good job with it. Really great use of white space. And just I really like the light and dark contrast. It really makes it stand out, even though it's in black and white. So I think you did a really good job with that.
Thank you. Describe the message. Okay, so the message that I'm trying to get is this is going to be for a leadership conference for graduates. So we will be for campus and getting them to come to the actual conference. So do you see that in the message?
Yeah, I picked up on that too. Just the word graduate and how bold it is. My eye went right to that, and I thought, okay, this is a target message for graduates, so for seniors in college, right? And the fact that it says leadership conference made me see right away that this is indeed a flyer for people that are intending to graduate and maybe get some sort of skill sets for what they can do after graduation.
Okay. And thank you. So now for analyzing the message, I'll go ahead and offer like some design changes that I think could probably work, but
Okay.
I would like your honest opinion and feedback on it.
Sure.
As far as like making the picture bigger, do you think that would be better so that way the picture could be more of a focus?
Yeah,
well?
I think that's actually a good idea. When I was looking at it, I think the size isn't too bad, but I definitely think that you could make it a little bit larger to just incorporate more of a visual flow, because there's a lot of text, but the image definitely doesn't compare to the size of the text. Okay. So maybe to give it more of a contrast, making the image a little bit bigger.
Okay, and do you think I should drop down the bottom line so that way it'd be more of a 0.5 margin, or should I leave it the way it is?
I don't necessarily mind how it is right now, but I could see that if you did drop it down, that would give you more room to make the picture bigger. Okay. And so maybe, and for the sake of that, I'd play around with it. Maybe drop down your line more and your logo, and then stretch the image out a little bit more.
Okay. As far as like the graduate being on the line, should it be exactly where that line right there, or should I bring it up a little bit
I guess
more?
For the sake of alignment, maybe scoot the G all the way to the very edge.
Okay.
And I like where it is. I think if you pushed it up and it wasn't resting on a line, then it'd be a little bit more it'd just be a little bit more abstract. I think you have really good alignment overall, but maybe push the G a little bit more towards the edge.
Okay. And as far as like the logo, should I make that a little bit bigger too, or is that a good size?
I don't mind the size of the logo, and I think that you have really good alignment with it because it's aligning exactly with this. But I mean, if you wanted to, you could play around with it. But.
Okay. Okay, and so for the last thing that I'm going to ask you is if you could tell me a little bit about the message and the audience appeal.
Yeah, so when I look at the flyer, the message obviously to me conveys the idea that graduates should come to this leadership conference because it will basically give them skills that they need to find jobs.
Okay. And tell me a little bit about the white space on my design.
I think you have a really good use of white space. I really like that you have the elements connected, so it's not like you don't have the dark here and the dark here. You have a line coming down and connecting it. And I also really like the flow of the white space in between the text, the photo, and then the two spaces here. I think that it's a really good use of white space.
Okay. And what about the alignment and grouping?
As far as alignment goes, I think you're pretty good. I did notice over here there's a few boxes that are pushed over a little bit. I'm sure probably in InDesign that's harder to tell, but I would just scoot those over just a tiny little bit. I noticed the G on graduate could maybe be put over a little bit more to that side as well.
Okay. And typography, just really quick.
I think you did a really great job with your typography. I like it looks like it's an old style and a sans serif, and they go really good together because they're contrasting, so good job. Yeah.
Well, I want to go ahead and say thank you for your time
Sure.
and for analyzing and critiquing my flyer.
You bet.
So, all right. Well, thank you, Ian.
No worries.